Morning everyone, am I audible? Am I audible
Yes, sir.
now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yesterday we have stopped here. Let me share the screen first. So is it visible?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wait. Okay. This one we have already discussed. Yes, the last one. The shape of interhalide IF8 minus. So as you can see here that if you try to find out the shape, you can see here you have to calculate the total number of valence electron present in that particular interhalide compound, right? IF8 minus. So as you can see that the central iodine it is 7 electron, then you have 8 chloride minus, sorry 8 chlorine atoms, so you have 8 electron, and for one negative charge you have to add one extra electron. So therefore, the bonding electron pair would be 16 divided by 2, so it is 8, right? So therefore, you can see here as the bonding electron pair is 8, so the corresponding hybridization of the central iodine is sp3d4. So as the hybridization is sp3d4, so the corresponding geometry is square anti-prism. Okay, this is quite new one. You just try to note down. And if you try to draw the structure, first you can see here these four fluorine, they are interconnected in a square planar fashion, and rest of the other four fluorine, they will present in that particular fashion. Okay, so that is what is called the square anti-prism structure. Clear? Any doubt? Hello,
Yes,
Rahul.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
So next, coming to the this particular question. Yes. So this one. Yes, that question came in NET CSR exam 2019. I think so. Okay. 2019 or 2018. June. I think 2018. So the question you can see here, O2 dot minus is having a shorter oxygen-oxygen bond length than in O2. A stronger oxidizing agent than O2, higher active, unable to abstract proton from weak acid. So now O2 means O2 dot minus, that means it is superoxide anion. Okay, superoxide, superoxide anion, superoxide anion. So now first what you can do by applying the molecular orbital theory concept, first what you can do, you have to find out the bond order. So as you know, in case of oxygen, dioxygen, what is the bond order? It is 2, right? Now in case of O2 minus whatever the O2 minus, it is nothing but O2 dot minus, it is superoxide anion. I have mentioned several times. So in case of O2 dot minus, what is the bond order?
1.5.
Yes, it is 1.5. Very good. Now if you look at the option 1, that is having the shorter bond length. Now bond order, you just remember, bond order is inversely proportional to the bond strength. Okay, bond strength. Okay. So first, if you look at here, so O2 dot minus is having shorter bond length. You can see here, as I already mentioned, that bond order is inversely proportional to the bond strength. So therefore, that option is not correct option, right? So O2 dot minus is having higher bond length than O2. Yes, is it correct? So it is, just cross it. It is not acceptable. Further, you can see here option 2. It is a stronger oxidizing agent than oxygen. So what is the definition of oxidizing agent, Rahul? Tell me, what is the oxidizing agent? Definition of oxidizing agent.
স্যার যে নিজে রিডিউস হয়ে যাবে গা ওনাকে অক্সিডাইজ করবে।
Yes, the oxidizing agent are those agents which are basically oxidize others and reduced himself. That is what is called oxidizing agent. Now if you just look at O2 dot minus, so that means it is it has electron rich center, right? So it can easily donate its electron to oxidize, uh, okay, yes, right. So you can see here, so অপরকে অক্সিডাইজ করবে মানে নিজে রিডিউস হবে। So yes,
Yes, sir.
so probably yes, this option 2 is the correct answer, right? Because O2 minus dot, it can oxidize others and reduce himself. After reduction, what happened? It will form O2 2 minus, right? Superoxide anion, peroxide anion. Probably option 2 is the correct answer. Now you can see here option 3 is given IR active. So if you look at the structure of O2 dot minus, so there is a 1.5 bond order, partial double bond is here, overall charge is minus. So you can see here IR active means তার মধ্যে পার্মানেন্ট ডাইপোল মোমেন্ট থাকতে হবে, তো তাই না? So that is dipole moment is 0, so therefore it is IR inactive. So it is also not acceptable. Unable to abstract proton from weak acid. So if you just take any weak acid like HX, so O2 dot minus, it can easily abstract proton from any weak acid. So X means whether it is weak acid means acetate anion, like acetic acid. So it can easily abstract the proton and it will form HO2 dot plus X minus. So again this option is wrong. So therefore option 2 is the correct answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So next question is quite logical question. Okay, please try to remember all those things. Yes, that question came in NET CSR exam 2018.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, O2 dot minus का मुझे एक डाउट है। सर ये डॉट माने कि इसमें से एक्स्ट्रा
हाँ, बोलो।
इलेक्ट्रॉन
হ্যাঁ, একটা এক্সট্রা ইলেকট্রন আছে।
মানে স্যার মাইনাস মানে তো স্যার আরো একটা
না, মাইনাস মানে আরো একটা নয়, আমরা ইন জেনারেল O2 মাইনাস লিখি তো, সেটা is nothing but it is O2 dot minus, বুঝতে পারলে? ওই যে মাইনাসটা যেটা একটা ইলেকট্রন আছে সেটাকে আমরা লিখি, এটা সুপার অক্সাইড অ্যানায়ন লাইক পটাশিয়াম KO2, potassium superoxide. It has yellow color, so it can be present like this, K plus and O2 minus. এবারে O2 মাইনাসটাকে আমরা O2 ডট মাইনাস হিসেবে লিখি, তাহলে লাইক পারঅক্সাইড অ্যানায়ন H2O2, হাইড্রোজেন পারঅক্সাইড। ওকে, তো হাইড্রোজেন পারঅক্সাইডকে আবার আমরা নরমালি O2 2 মাইনাস হিসেবে আমরা লিখি, অর ক্যাটায়নিক পার্টটাকে আমরা 2H প্লাস হিসেবে লিখি, বুঝতে পারলে? এইভাবে লেখা হয়, এটা মনে রাখবে, O2 ডট মাইনাস, দ্যাট ইজ সুপার অক্সাইড অ্যানায়ন। So finally, coming to the next question, that is also important question, that question came in 2018 NET CSR exam. Okay, NET CSR exam for 4 marks. You can see here, match the appropriate geometry on the right with each of the species on the left. Now what are those species is written over here. You can see here, A compound, it is a xenon containing compound, B also xenon containing compound, and you know the structure of xenon trioxide and xenon XeO2, right? It is very easy. So if you just look at here, if you first try to draw the structure, the rough phase. Okay, so xenon trioxide, you know, it has distorted tetrahedral structure, or you can say pyramidal structure. Yes or no? And during the discussion of point group, I have already told the point group of this particular compound is C3, like ammonia. So you can see here, option C is matched with point number 2, right? It has pyramidal structure. Now if you look at the answer, so C, in every option C is also correlates with option 2, right? So but if you look at the structure of D, what is the structure? It has T shape, right? So because the electron negative element, these two fluorine, they are present in the axial side, and equatorial side is occupied by 2 lone pair of electron and 1 oxygen atom. So this is the structure, and you can see here option D is also correlates with option number 3. So now you can see here, so you just cross option number 2, and option 3 is everywhere is given it is 2, and D is given 1, 3 and 4. Okay, next, coming back to the option A. So option A, if you look at here, it is that part. This part is nothing but it is an one group of anionic species. Okay, so therefore you can see that xenon, there is a 1 fluorine, like that 1 fluorine is present, and this part, this oxygen, and then rest of the other part OSO2F, and it is also present like this OSO2F, and rest of the other 3 side occupied by 3 lone pair of electron. Now the geometry is TBP, but their shape is, you can say that it is linear like this, linear compound. Okay, so now A is matched with option A. So option A, yes, it is given, so you just cut option number 3. Next, coming to this compound, B compound, again it has also linear structure. Okay, xenon, that part is also, we try to join just Himalaya. Next similar way, if you just look at here, it is X, then one side is occupied by fluorine and another side is occupied by nitrogen SO2 F2 whole 2. So nitrogen, then SO2 F whole 2 is also linear structure like this. Okay, so obviously that option 4 is just, it is not matched with this, so option A is the correct answer. Okay, so that means that option 4 in the right hand column, it is only given as a false statement. Okay, is it clear everybody? That question came in NET 2008 exam. Rahul, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. So next question is also from next CSR exam. You can see here that question also came in 2018 NET CSR exam December. So you can see here there are total 4 compound is given. First one is silicon tetrachloride, second one is phosphorus oxychloride, third one is nitrogen trichloride, and the fourth one is trans SnCl4 pyridine whole 2, where PY stands for pyridine. Those with zero dipole moment are. Tell me the answer, Saurabh Ghosh. Ranjit, tell me the answer. Among the following compounds, those with zero dipole moment. So, what is the structure of silicon tetrachloride? Tell me,
Tetrahedral, sir.
Ranjit.
The tetrahedral.
Yes, it has tetra. Yes, very good. So, draw the structure of each of these compounds. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to find out their dipole moment. So like this, tetrahedral, very good. Now as it is tetrahedral, and as you know, chlorine is more electronegative compared to silicon, so their bond moment will be present like this way. Yes or no? And if you just try to look at the overall dipole moment, that is tends to be zero. So each of these bond moment, they will cancel each other, and therefore their bond moment or dipole moment is zero, right? And further, if you look at the second compound, the structure of phosphorus oxychloride, as you know, it has also tetrahedral structure. So tetrahedral structure, now you can see here one oxygen is there, right? And it is also again lone pair. Now the bond moment present over here, and chlorine is present like this. But there is a presence of certain amount of dipole moment, right? Yes or no? Because 3 bond moments are there and their resultant dipole moment is present over here. But as you can see here, the resultant dipole moment is quite larger compared to this phosphorus oxygen bond moment. So therefore, their dipole moment value is greater than 0. And you can see here the last third one, that is nitrogen trichloride. It has also pyramidal structure. Pyramidal structure in F like this. Another chlorine is there. So you can see here bond moment, that lone pair, this moment it will be present over this side, and 3 bond moment present over this side like this. And the overall dipole moment is always here also greater than 0. And the last compound, dipyridine tetrachloride, SnCl4 pyridine 14. What is the structure? It has octahedral structure. Now their conformation is given trans, so that means 4 chloride is present like this, the octahedral geometry, and 2 pyridine present in the trans position, right? So what is the dipole moment? Tell me.
0.
Yes, their dipole moment is 0 because each of this particular bond moment, they will cancel each other, and therefore the overall dipole moment is 0. Very good. So now, which is the correct answer? So option 3 is the correct answer. SiCl4 and trans dipyridine tetrachloride, tin dipyridine tetrachloride, the correct answer. Is it clear, Pranjit and Saurabh,
Sir.
Rahul? Then also,
Yes, sir. Please.
okay, in this way, you have to solve this next CSR problem. And this problem for 4 months. Yes. Another problem is came from molecular orbital theory. Okay. The problem is asking that the character of LUMO of cyanide minus and O2 dioxygen respectively are what? So what do you mean by LUMO? Monsumina, tell me. What is LUMO? What is LUMO? Tell me. Anybody?
Lowest
Lowest
unoccupied molecular orbital.
Yes, yes. Lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. Very good. Now, if you look at the molecular orbital of, you can see here the dioxygen. This particular study material, you can see that. First, you look at the MO of dioxygen. That will be better. Yes, it is there. So, if you look at here, the MO electronic configuration is, you can see here sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma sp12, sigma star, then pi 2 py12, pi 2 pz, then sigma sigma sp2, and pi star 2 py1, pi star 2 pz, and finally sigma star sp2 0. So that means this particular MO is the LUMO, that means lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. Now you just go back and check. In case of dioxygen, so there you can see that the LUMO is sigma bonding, and it is U stands for ungirate. Okay, sigma bonding. This is ungirate. So yes, sigma U is matching. So sigma U, here is sigma U for dioxygen. Now if you look at the MO of cyanide, so in that material it is not there, but if you just try to look at here, that so it is a carbon is 6 electron, nitrogen, then it is 7 and minus, so it is overall a 14 electron species. So 14 electron species, as you know, like NO plus, it is also kind of 14 electron species, because 7 and for oxygen 8 and for positive charge it is -1, so therefore it is also 14 electron species. Now if you look at the MO of heteronuclear diatomic molecule, like, okay, just try to open another file. Yes, NO, heteronuclear diatomic molecule, similar kind of. So here also you can see that in case of NO, this is 15 electron system, but as we are talking about 14 electron species, so it is NO plus. So therefore in case of NO plus, the LUMO is pi character, right? So in this way, you can see that it is a pi z. Z means Gira symmetry. Okay. So option 3 is the correct answer. That question also came in the 2018 exam. So option 3 is the correct answer. In this way, you have to solve. So all these things you have to try to memorize or remember. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to solve this kind of problem. Understood? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question is also a very important question. That question came, I think, in 2017, the year of 2017. That question is not related to that question you have already know the EDTA complex, magnesium EDTA complex. Did you remember during your practical class in BSc? For magnesium complex of EDTA2 minus, the number of nitrogen donor and the oxygen donor center are respectively 2, 4, 2, 2, 2 and 6 and 2 and 8. For that case, you have to remember what is the structure of magnesium EDTA complex, right? Rahul. So what is the
Yes, sir.
structure of magnesium EDTA complex? First we put in the magnesium in the middle. Now, so if you just check, you can see there that so EDTA means ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, right? Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. So the structure of EDTA is, you can see, I just write it. So this is the ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, COOH, then CH2 COOH, and another is CH2 COOH, then CH2 COOH. So this is the structure of EDTA. EDTA. Now here you can see that it is mentioned that EDTA2 minus. So that means uh, when EDTA binds with magnesium 2 plus, so it is basically uh, binds to a what? Dianionic form. That is what is mentioned. Now, as you can see here, how many nitrogen donor sites are there? It is 2, right? 2 nitrogen donor sites are there, and how many oxygen donor sites are there? Tell me. Rahul.
Sir, two, sir.
Yes, it is 4. Very good. So it is 4. So I just want to draw the structure of magnesium EDTA complex. You can see here. So this is the structure of magnesium EDTA complex. All of you please try to note down in your notebook. All are very, very important. Okay. So this is the structure of EDTA complex, magnesium EDTA complex. Okay. So therefore, the correct option is nitrogen is 2 and oxygen is 4. Option A is the correct answer. Okay. Saurabh, Ranjit, others. Okay, next.
Sir, option 1 টা correct হবে।
Yes, option 1 is the correct. Number of nitrogen donor and number of oxygen donors. Nitrogen is 2 and oxygen is 4. You can see here there are 4 oxygen is there. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next. Okay, that question is for point group. symmetry. Nitrous oxide molecule belongs to the which point group? Nitrous oxide belongs to the which point group? That question came for 2 marks question in NET CSR exam. Also, Minas, tell me the answer. Telling Hasina, Das Malaka, Momita Das, I'll look to Parvati Das, Bolori there. What is the answer? Sorry? আরে ভুল হলেও বলো, রেসপন্স করছো না কেন? So first you can see here what is the structure of nitric oxide. Anybody?
Sir, linear structure.
Yes, it has linear structure. Very good. So this is the exact structure of nitric oxide. Sorry, nitrous oxide. C infinity V. Yes. Now you can see here as it is linear and unsymmetrical, right? So this is the C infinity axis, and there is a n number of C sigma V plane is there. Oh, sorry, infinite number of sigma V plane is there. Therefore, the point group is C infinity. Option 2 is the correct answer. It's very simple. Next, yes, that question we have discussed so many times. Arrange the following molecules in the order of increasing the fundamental vibration frequency. Vibrational frequency. Again, you can see here this is peroxide anion, this is superoxide anion, this is dioxygen, this is O2 plus. So that question, how can you solve? By applying molecular orbital theory. So what is the bond order of dioxygen? It is 2, right? In case of superoxide, O2 minus, so it is 1.5. In case of peroxide anion, O2 2 minus, so it is 1. On the other hand, in case of O2 plus, it is how much? 2.5. Is it clear? These are the bond order value. Now, the vibrational frequency is directly proportional to the bond order. So therefore, if you know the formula, that is mu bar equals to 1 by twice pi over what is the formula? Stop slow. Slow off. Mu by k, right? Or k by mu. Force constant divided by the reduced mass. Which one is the correct?
Sir, K by mu.
K by mu, yes. K by. But you can see here that fundamental vibration frequency easily increases as the bond strength, bond order increases. Okay, bond order. So K is the force constant. So therefore, you can see that mu is directly proportional to the square root of the K, force constant. So force constant is directly related to the bond order. If the bond order value is more, therefore the fundamental vibration frequency is more. So option A is the correct answer. Okay. Understood? Ranjit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next question. Okay, that question came in next year 2007. Based on VSEPR theory, the predicted shape of XCF5 minus and BRF5 respectively are what? So probably last week we have discussed the shape of XCF5 minus, right? Last week we have discussed, if you remember, Gaurav, xenon pentafluoride anion. So that means we have discussed the structure is, it is pentagonal planar, right? And the axial sides occupied by two lone pair of electrons, like that. Axial side occupied, and this side it occupied by 5 fluoride. Okay, and overall it is minus. Now, as you can see here, based on DSCPR theory, you can see here from xenon it will contribute to the H electron. For from 5 fluorine it is 5 electron, and for 1 negative charge it is 1 electron. So total number of electron is 830, so it is 14 electronic species, not species, the valence electron. Now the bonding electron pair would be 7 electrons. So as it is 7 electrons, so accordingly their corresponding hybridization of the central xenon is sp3d3. Okay, as it is sp3d3, their corresponding geometry is pentagonal bipyramidal. Now you can see here all the fluorine present in the planar, and two axial sides occupied by two lone pair of electrons. So now, so XCF5 is pentagonal planar. So then you can see that option A is matching and rest of the other option is not matching. Now finally calculate the structure of BRF5. So how can you do that? BRF5,
স্যার এদিকে লোন পেয়ার দুটো হইব
yes, two lone pair, 5 bond pair. So you can see here there are total 7 bonding electron pair. So out of 7 bonding electron pair, there are total 5 bond pair of electron, 5 BP and 2 LP plus 2 lone pair of electron. Okay.
হ্যাঁ স্যার
In case of bromine pentafluoride, what is the geometry? So from bromine, how many electron would you expect? It is 6. No, it is not 6, it is 5, right? So NH2 NP5. So total 7 electrons. Sorry, it is 7 electrons.
তো ব্রোমিন 7 হবে না স্যার
Yes, it is 7 electron for counting of the valence electron, and from 5 fluorine it is 5 electrons. So total is 12 electron. So, number of electron pair is 6. So now as it is 6, so you can see here there are total 5 fluorine is there. So that means 5 bonding electron pair, 5 BP and 1 LP. LP means lone pair of electrons. So accordingly, you can see here it has square pyramidal geometry because one side is occupied by one lone pair like this. So rest of the other 5 fluorine atom is present like this. And the hybridization of the central bromine atom is sp3d2. Sorry, not F2, it is F. Another is F. So it is clear. So if you get here, the F is square pyramidal. Okay. Ranjit, practice को देखना. Response down. Rahul, Gaurav. Okay, next. These are the questions yesterday we have already discussed. Okay, let me check if there is a question later on. Okay, so we can discuss the question. So if you look at this question, among the following compounds that has the lowest degree of ionic character, lowest degree of ionic character. So option A is say sodium chloride, B is magnesium chloride, aluminum chloride, and calcium chloride. So all these compounds are look like a ionic compound, right? So now sodium, magnesium, calcium, these are all alkali and alkaline earth, right? They are present as a basic organism. And aluminum chloride, it is big log element, right? So therefore, the lowest degree of ionic character present here is option C. So that can be determined by Pajan's rule. Pajan's rule. You just check what is the rule is saying. Pajan's rule. The percentage of ionic character, electrovalency, covalency, all these things will be explained in a particular rule. So based on that, option C is the correct answer. So next question is that the coordination number of cesium plus ion and chloride minus ion in cesium chloride structure is respectively are what? Anybody? Rahul, do you know what is the structure of cesium chloride?
স্যার এটা লিনিয়ারই হবে,
But
তো একটাই আছে সিএল।
আরে এটা আয়নিক কম্পাউন্ড, এটা কোভ্যালেন্ট কম্পাউন্ড না। কোঅর্ডিনেশন নাম্বার জিজ্ঞাসা করছে সিজিএম ক্লোরাইড। রাহুল,
ইয়েস স্যার।
so your answer is wrong. So did you remember the radius ratio rule and coordination number from chemical bonding chapter graduation level? Yes or no? So cesium chloride is basically, it basically occupied in body center cubic structure (BCC). Now here you can see that the limiting radius ratio calculation of body center cubic structure, like example is cesium chloride, and their coordination number is 8 and 8, because you can see here in the body center cubic lattice, here the one cesium, that is cation, is coordinated with 8 chloride anion. 12. All these things is written over here, and each anionic part, that is chloride minus ion, is also coordinated with 8 cesium plus. So therefore you can easily say that if you go back, and the coordination number of cesium chloride in case of this cesium plus ion and Cl minus ion, it is 8 and 8. So on the other hand, if they will ask this kind of question, what is the coordination number of sodium chloride in Na plus and Cl minus ion, just remember it is 6 and 6, because each sodium plus ion is surrounded by 6 chloride ion, and each chloride ion is surrounded by 6 Na plus ion. Okay, Rahul, এর জন্য পড়াশোনা করতে হবে।
ইয়েস স্যার।
যে কোনো ইনঅর্গানিক কেমিস্ট্রি বইতে আছে এই জিনিসগুলো, দেখবে রেডিয়াস রেশিও রুলে যাবে, ওখানে ওই টপিকটাতে এগুলো দেওয়া আছে। Next, the correct order of bond angles. Correct order of bond angles. Which is the correct answer? Tell me. So if you look at the structure of boron trichloride, it has trigonal planar structure, right? BF3. And what is the bond angle? It is 120 around. And in case of ammonia, you know, ammonia, there is a one lone pair is present, and the hydrogen, nitrogen, hydrogen, this bond angle is What is the value? If you remember, I think it is around 107 degree. In case of NF3, similar kind of structure like ammonia, but as you know, the chlorine is more electronegative. So there is a possibility, and you can say that the tendency that chlorine atom it can attract the bonding electron pair towards itself. So therefore, there is a possibility the reduce the bond angle according to JCPR rule, like it is around 102 degree. And as you know, in case of phosphine, PH3, the bond angle value is around 93 point something. Okay, that's what you have to remember. Few things you always try to remember that bond angle is 93. So therefore, option A is the correct answer. Next question. Yes, the effective nuclear charge of helium atom is given 1.7. The first ionization energy of helium atom is how much? If you remember the formula, that energy, or you can say ionization energy, is what? The energy required to remove the outermost electron shell, right? So that can be this 13.6 effective nuclear charge square divided by n square. That is the formula in electron volt. Now, when if you try to consider the hydrogenic system, for that case, that energy value is minus 13.6 Z effective star whole square divided by n square. Now you can see that the effective nuclear charge of the helium is given, so 1.7 whole square to 13.6 into 1.7 whole square. Now first ionization energy of the helium in electron volt. What is the value of N over here? N value is, as it is first ionization energy, we just put 1. So it is 1 square, so therefore it is coming around 39 point something. So that value is coming around 39.304 electron volt like that. If you try to calculate, so option C is the correct answer. Now the last question of today's class. In 3pz orbital, it is MSQ type of question. Okay, multiple select question. So in the meantime, all of you please give your attendance. Go to the chat box, give your attendance. Yes, Momita Das, any question?
স্যার ভুলে
Okay. Now tell me the answer. In 3pz orbital, as I already mentioned, it is a MSQ type of question, multiple select question. So what is the answer? So what is the formula to calculate the radial node? It is n minus L minus 1,
L
right?
minus 1. Yes, sir.
Radial node, it can be calculated by this formula, n minus L minus 1. So therefore, in case of 3pz orbital, what is the value of n? That is principal quantum number value. It is 3, right? Now any p orbital, what is the L value? It is 1.
1.
So minus 1. So therefore, it is answer is 1. Therefore, 1 radial node is there. Another is angular node. How can you find out the angular node? Just note down that angular node is, it can be calculated by the azimuthal quantum number value. Angular node can be calculated by azimuthal quantum number value. That means L value, as you know, in case of CPZ orbital, L value is 1. So therefore, it contains one scalar dot. So option A and option C is the correct answer. Okay, the diatomic molecule that have two pi type of bonds. দুটো পাই বন আছে অ্যান্সার বলো
N2.
এটাও
Sir, N2
এমএসকিউ
sir.
এমএসকিউ টাইপ অফ কোশ্চেন এমএসকিউ মাল্টিপল সিলেক্ট কোশ্চেন yes N2 is correct because you know that one sigma bond and two pi bonds are there so N2 is correct another option so if you know the structure of dioxygen the bond order is 2 so it is one sigma bond and one pi bond right and in case of B2 molecule what is the bond order B2 molecule what is the bond order you just go back and check the bond order
1
is
sir.
sure Rahul B2 molecule is paramagnetic while C2 molecule is diamagnetic. Yes, in case of B2 molecule, you can see here the bond order value is 1. So that means, let's go back. So it is, there is only one bond present in between these four. In case of C2, what is the value? Bond order value?
2.
Sorry?
Sir,
C2
2 sir.
molecule?
2.
Yes, it is 2. You can see here it is 2. Now, this is, you just remember all these things that, so that means there is a two bonds present in between these two carbon atoms. So these two bonds are, all these two bonds are pi bonds, okay? So you just remember, all these two bonds are pi bonds. Because if you look at the electron configuration, that 2px and 2py, these are the two orbitals containing single unpaired electron, right? Now when they combine themselves, you can see here, let's say this is 2py and this is 2px type of orbital, okay? And another also 2py and 2px orbital is present like this. So all this sort of overlap is not generating sigma bonding, okay? Okay, this will interact with this one and that will interact with this one. So therefore, the diatomic molecules that have two pi bonds and B and C is the correct answer. Okay, clear?
Yes sir.
Okay. So tomorrow again we will discuss few questions from periodic table chapter, atomic structure and molecule. ঠিক আছে আর তোমরা দেখলাম মাত্র 10 জন ওই প্র্যাকটিস সেটের অ্যানসার সাবমিট করেছে কি করনি এনিওয়ে তাহলে আমি আর কোনো প্র্যাকটিস সেট কোশ্চেন অ্যানসার দিচ্ছি না ওকে নেক্সট স্যাটারডে সাবমিট করব
স্যার প্র্যাকটিসের কয়েকটা কোশ্চেনের একটু প্রবলেম ছিল স্যার
ঠিক আছে ওটা কালকে ডিসকাস করা হবে
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে
ঠিক আছে so if you have given the give the attendance you can go to class over তোমরা ইন্টারেস্ট পাচ্ছ তো যারা মানে বলতে চাইছো কোশ্চেন অ্যানসার সলভ করে কি মনে হচ্ছে তোমাদের যে এরকম ধরনের কোশ্চেন হলে তোমরা ফিউচারে সলভ করতে পারবে তো
यस স্যার
তোমাদের এই কনফিডেন্সটা আসা চাই এটা হচ্ছে মেন কথা কারণ যে ওয়েতে পড়ানো হচ্ছে প্রত্যেকটা স্যার যেভাবে পড়াচ্ছে তোমরা যদি ফলো করে এবং নিজেরা যদি একটু মানে হও তাহলে দেখবে নেট গেটও পেয়ে যাবে। ঠিক আছে, অল দ্য বেস্ট।